Hi there, my name is Manny Billy. I'm the author of the book, The Art of Falling in Love with Your Time on Earth. Your time on Earth is one of the most valuable things that we have. So what I'm saying is to use your time on Earth wisely and to learn to fall in love with your time on Earth. It's something everybody gets 24 hours a day, and it's just something that we can't get back. So, what is the purpose to life anyhow? We're here, and we know that we're all here. There's many different philosophies of how we got here, but the question is, what are we supposed to do while we're here? How are we supposed to do it? What do we do? So the first thing I think is that I'm here to develop my soul, but the neat thing about it is that I'm not here to develop your soul, I'm here to develop my soul. So once I realize that, I start to work on myself. So, and learning to fall in love with my time on Earth is one of the first steps that we should take. So the way we do this, we make a plan of how we're actually going to do it. So one of the things that we'll actually start doing is we'll start thinking about how we're thinking. In 1905, James Allen wrote a book called As a Man Thinketh, and in that book he said, your mind is like a garden. In a garden left unattended, the weeds will take over the garden. So by virtue of the thoughts which we choose and encourage, that mind is the master weaver, both of sickness and sadness and despair and enlightenment and happiness. So we can choose to appreciate every day and know that we're here to learn. So if we're here to learn, then the way I like to explain it is life is almost like a roller coaster ride. But can you enjoy the whole ride from the beginning to the end? You found out that you just got promoted, then you found out 6 months later that your company's going out of business, and so you decide to go into your own business. It might seem like a bad thing when the company is going out of business, but you go into your own business, and now you're happy because you're free. You have freedom. So the way we're going to develop our soul is we're going to establish a plan that we follow every day. So the first thing that I do in the morning when I get up is I work on developing my relationship with the infinite, with God. So the way I do that is I say a prayer, and then I listen. It's called meditation. No music, no nothing. It's just silence. Listen to the silence. So a lot of people have trouble meditating because they try to block the thoughts that come to them. Whereas Spirit told me to teach people a different way, that if you can imagine your mind was a big bathtub and it was full of water, those are the thoughts. But in the bathtub, what's actually happening is we're pulling the plug. So as we're pulling the plug, the thoughts are going to go down the drain. So we don't want to keep everything crammed up inside of our brain. We want to let it go so that we can develop our relationship. It's almost like listening to a radio station that you're not quite on the dial and you're dialing in. So when you meditate the first day, you're going to have a thought every 5 seconds. When you meditate every day for a month, then you're going to have a thought every 15 or 20 seconds. If you meditate for 30 years, then you're going to have a thought. You'll be in complete, I like to say bliss, because you'll know why you're here. You're here to develop your soul, and you'll learn to listen. And what we learn to listen to is also our higher self. So the principles that we follow as we listen to our higher self is the first step we're supposed to do in the plan, in addition to the daily meditation and the prayer, is we're working on developing the love of ourselves. So the first thing we do is we give ourselves unconditional love. The second thing we do is we give up the attachment to love. And the third thing we do is we do not judge. Okay, so just to give an example, that if I'm perfect, I love myself. No, we're here to develop our soul. We don't know all the answers. So sometimes, we might go the wrong way, but it's not really the wrong way because we're finding the right way. And if we didn't know, sometimes we're lucky and we find the right way right away, and other times, it takes a while. Uh, so what I'm saying is to realize that we're here to work on ourselves. We're not here to. Most people want to fix everybody else, but they forget about what they're responsible for. And when you have the awakening and you just start working on yourself, then the world becomes a wonderful place because I hope you like me, but if you don't, it's okay because not everybody's going to like you. So, but if I like me, well, then that's the key to the whole thing. So, but once you learn to follow your higher self, you're going to get some what I call confirmations. Okay, so just to give you a couple examples, that one time my higher self just said, "Oh, go sit on the porch and just relax." And this was at a spiritual camp, so I went and sat on the porch, and I said, "Well, it's 3:30, so how long should I stay?" And what came back was to stay until 5 o'clock. So I was there, and nobody came, and I was just being quiet. And next thing you know, I thought, well, geez, it must be 5 o'clock because nobody came. I went in the bookstore and I looked, and it was 5 to 5. And I thought, well, I can go. And something inside of me said, no, we want you to stay until 5 o'clock. So I sat back down, and it wasn't more than a minute later, and this actually happened, that a lady pulled around the corner in her car. She rolled the window down, and she said that they told me that you would be here. Okay, I call that a confirmation. Okay, I have several examples of confirmations that I can give you. And one that I can give you happened while I was on a trip coming back from my high school class reunion. I had a Lexus car, and I checked into the motel, and no big deal. I just went to sleep, and the hotel was one that had the doors on the outside, and there was like a sidewalk outside, and the air conditioner went through to the wall outside. So about 2 o'clock in the morning, the air conditioner was on, and my spirit guides woke me up and said, "Get up and turn off the air conditioner." I thought, oh, that's kind of unusual, but I got up and I turned off the air conditioner, and so I was wondering, well, what's this all about? And so the next thing that I found was about a half an hour later, someone was knocking on the door looking for me to rob me. So I learned to trust my higher self. I didn't answer the door. And when I went down the next morning, the guy at the desk said that we'd had a guard on your car all night. And so here I was in a place that, I could have been robbed. Anything could have happened. But my higher self alerted me to take care of myself. So in covering the items that we need to consider doing, and it's up to you. As I said, I have a flashlight. Life is like being in a dark room. I have a flashlight, and I can show you where the light switch is, but only you can turn it on. I can't turn it on for you. So what we want to do is we want to make up a plan, okay? And in that plan, we're going to say, I'm going to start thinking about the way I think. I'm going to see people that maybe had things happen to them that we don't understand. And I'll give you an example. This is a true story. Two guys were going down the highway over here, and one guy cut the other guy off. And the first thought that went to the guy that got cut off, he said, well, I'm going to teach that guy a lesson. So what he did is he got on his bumper. Next thing one of them decided that they would pull over, so the other guy pulled over. And one of them killed the other guy with a knife in front of his 8-year-old daughter. That was a true story. But what if either one of them had evolved to the point of, instead of teaching someone else a lesson, when they start to have their stomach go in a knot, they said, no, I wonder if he's trying to get to the hospital because his mother just had a heart attack. And so you keep yourself out of trouble just by pulling over and getting out of the way, and releasing them with love, and so you don't mess up their life and you don't mess up your own life. So, okay, so that is the first part, is thinking about how you're thinking. And then the second part is the meditation. Develop your own personal relationship with the infinite. And that's every morning I get up, I say a prayer, then I listen to the silence, okay? I let the thoughts just go. Remember, your mind is like a big bathtub, and we're going to let the thoughts just go. Okay, so we let them go, we let them go, we let them go. So the first day, you're going to have a thought every 5 seconds. After that, 30 days or so, you have a thought every 15 seconds. After a year, you'll have a connection with your higher self, just like learning, and the point I want to make about this meditation every day, say for an example, you went to school on Monday, and they said 1 plus 1 is 2. But then you didn't go to school on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, and on Friday, they're saying A plus B equals C. Okay, well, you missed all those building blocks in between. So I'm suggesting that you make a plan that you follow every day, no exception. And so again, this is Manny Billy, just thanking you for taking the time to listen to my video. My wish is for your highest and best good. The name of my book is The Art of Falling in Love with Your Time on Earth. So it's on Amazon, Kindle. There's several places you can get it. So I wish you well, and seize the day. Thank you.